Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NFL Showdown picks for tonight. We have a great game between the Chiefs and the Chargers. Looking forward to watching this video. We're going to have a ton of fantasy points scored. Two powerful offenses. You have two of the best quarterbacks. After that bomb that Herbert threw last week to Guyton at the end of the first half, I mean, he has one of the strongest arms in the NFL, and it's not even close. So we're going to go ahead and break it down. This is the second meeting between these two teams. Before we get started, if you guys enjoy the videos, appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Twitter at the DFS Process. Check out Prize Picks. Use my code PROCESS for deposit match up to $100. You can check out the website. Link is in the description. So just going down the plays, Patrick Mahomes is $18,000 in the captain spot. He's starting to pick it up recently. The problem is that they're scoring some of their touchdowns running the ball, which is something they haven't seen a lot of. Like, he threw for decent yardage last week, 258. I mean, they blew out the Raiders by 39, so he didn't have to throw much. But I would expect in this one, earlier this year, he threw the ball 44 times. He hasn't thrown the ball a ton recently because they just been in control against the Raiders, in control against the Broncos, in control against Dallas, so in control against the Raiders again. But that one he threw 50 times. But I would say that this one should be a closer game. I think the Chargers can pull it out if they step up defensively a bit against the run. At least they've been good against the pass. But Mahomes is a great play in Showdown. I don't know if I would play my captain just because he's so expensive. Tyreek Hill going up against the Chargers looks decent as well. I mean, he's had a couple of decent games this year. It's been a while since he's had like a monster game. Early in the year, he had a 50-point and a 40-point game in his 2 out of the first 4 weeks. Since that, he's just been in the teens and in the 20s, and a couple games in the single digits as well. I kind of like Travis Kelce more than Tyreek Hill this week, just based on the pricing. Hill is 17-1 in the captain, and then Travis Kelce is only 12-9. And Kelce's price has just come way down. He still gives you a lot of touchdown upside. He's still getting some targets. Last week, it was disappointing. They were double-teaming him as usual, but he's usually getting 8 targets or more most of these weeks. This one should be high scoring. He's utilized a lot in the red zone. So I would expect Travis Kelce to be one of the better captain plays today. Herbert at 16-2. I like his price more than Patrick Mahomes. They are reliant much more on the passing game for Herbert. Didn't think I'd say this, but Andy Reid has been more willing to run the ball this year, especially as of late. Whereas the Chargers, they like to throw and throw a lot. They like to go for it on 4th downs. Herbert has been consistent all year. Big blow-up games. He threw 4 touchdown passes against the Chiefs in Week 3. They're just going to throw the ball a ton, and at only 10,800, 16-2 in the captain spot, he has to be pretty much a lock for me to at least play in the flex, and you can make a strong argument to play him in the captain spot. Keenan Allen is back, which is a great sign for Justin Herbert. He's been a target machine all year. The touchdowns haven't really been there, except for 2 weeks ago. We missed last week, but just play Keenan Allen and Justin Herbert stacks. You'd be happy with that. Mike Williams takes a bit of a bump down because of Keenan Allen returning, but he's still a good play. He's only $7,400 in the flex. He makes some sense there, but I have to go Keenan Allen, Travis Kelce over Mike Williams. And then you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 10-5 in the captain. He's $7,000 in the flex. 2 touchdowns last week to salvage his day. 10 on 37, 3 targets for 5 yards. He's a decent play, but I would go down to their backup running back, Damian Williams, who is only $3,200. He's been utilized a lot in passing situations in 3rd down. He has shown some big play upside. Last week, he took a 23-yarder to the house on a little pass, and they're definitely going to be splitting some work with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The way Darrell Williams has played, he's going to get you at least 5 touches a game, 5 to 10, I would say, and the price tag on him is very reasonable. He does give you some touchdown upside as well if they decide to go with him inside the red zone. Some guys that I'm not too interested in, just looking at the flex, I'd say that like Jared Cook, 54. I'd probably get to the kickers like Butker. I'd probably get Williams over 54 for Jared Cook. Hardman is 5,000. He had 1 big catch last week, but he's kind of been his snaps have come way down recently. He's been overtaken by Pringle, who's $2,600. So I'd probably look to Pringle over Hardman, just getting some more snaps. And he does give you some touchdown upside. He gets 3 touchdowns on the year. think at least one of those has come on a showdown slate. Robinson is not much of a factor anymore. He didn't even get any targets last week. They did get a touchdown by Josh Gordon, who's now on the protocol, so he's out for this week. So maybe that makes Robinson be a little bit of a better play, but he's just kind of like a 3 to 5% guy if you make a bunch of teams. Nothing that you can really feel confident with. And then at the bottom here, Parham still looks somewhat playable for tournaments at $2,400. But really the Chargers, you're not getting a lot of touchdowns from these random guys here. It's really the Chiefs that you get some touchdowns from some random guys. And so I'd look to Pringle, maybe Robinson with Gordon on the COVID list. But really, you kind of know exactly where the big plays are coming from both sides. I'm not going to be playing either defense. There should be a lot of points scored in this game, and I'm not expecting the Chiefs defense to pay off. I'd rather go to Butker, who they let him kick 50-plus yarders. He's made a bunch of 50-plus yarders. Very accurate. So get 5 points for a 50-plus yarder. Should be a lot of scoring opportunities for both sides this week. So I like Butker over Hopkins. Hopkins is still in play, though. And that's basically it for like the main pieces to touch on. Looking at some potential builds here. Do Justin Herbert at captain. Pair him with Keenan Allen. Go Travis Kelce, who's just very cheap at $86. Plug in Butker at $4,000. You have $59. You can plug in Williams at $3,200. Plug in Mike Williams. You have a 3-3 stack. You save $1,200 on the table. That looks pretty good to me. Another one that we can do is Travis Kelce. Play him at captain just because he's very affordable. Play Mahomes with him. Still get to Justin Herbert. Keenan Allen down to $2,450. Still like to plug in like Williams if I can. And then you can maybe look to just miss out on Robinson here. So we'll see. If we instead go to the kicker and Butker, now we have $900. We can maybe play Joshua Kelly with Eckler. With Eckler questionable, but he looks like he probably will play. But he did get 10 carries last week, so most of those coming in garbage time. But occasional couple of touches for him could make some sense in like big field showdown slates. Let's do one with Keenan Allen at captain. Keenan Allen, 14. Travis Kelce's just too cheap. I think Kelce's going to be a staple. I love Justin Herbert at 10.8. Just too cheap there. We have $5,500 left. Guyton gives you big play upside. So he's still in play. But Keenan Allen is back, so that's going to give him less snaps and less targets. Now we have $6,650. Going further down here, plug in like the kicker, Butker. We have $93 now. Just miss out on Eckler. Let's see if we try to get to Eckler as well. We need to shave off $900 here. So this one, doing like a Charger stack, you can plug in Mike Williams instead of Kelce. Or still get to Kelce here. And then upgrade to 51 for like Hardman or Guyton. But probably I'm going to end up with Justin Herbert as my captain just because he's going to throw the ball a ton. You have upside for 4 touchdown passes or more. Probably at least 2, I would say. I definitely want to pair him with Keenan Allen. And I want to get to Travis Kelce. And I think Damian Williams at 32 just looks good for the touchdown upside that he gives you. He's cheap. And below him, I just don't have too much confidence in like Parham, Palmer, Jackson, Robinson, Gore, any of these guys to really be big factors. So going with those 4 leaves you with $6,300 left. I think that's probably what I will end up with on DraftKings. Now let's talk about FanDuel. And FanDuel has Mahomes and Herbert way more closely priced, so you can make an argument to get up to Mahomes instead of Herbert. Eckler at $14,000. He still looks great just because he gives you so much touchdown upside, and he's a big factor in both the running game and the receiving game. But I still like Kelce at $12,500. Hill is closely priced, so you can go Hill over Kelce. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Give me Keenan Allen for $500 more. Edwards-Helaire, $11,000. He's kind of expensive. I'd probably go with Williams. $1,500 less. I'm not interested in Justin Jackson at $10,000 unless Eckler happens to be ruled out. And then at the bottom, you look to the kickers. Harrison Butker at $9,000. Hopkins, $85,000. They both look pretty solid. Jared Cook at $75,000 compared to $554,000 on DraftKings. He looks way better on FanDuel. Hardman looks better at $7,000. Pringle at $65,000. So easier to get to some of these cheaper plays on FanDuel. I'm still going to be looking to plug in just the best plays here. Herbert with Mahomes leaves you, if you want to do both quarterbacks, you have 88 basically left. Try to plug in like Keenan Allen as well. You have down to 72.50. You're going to be looking to now get to like Jared Cook and like Hardman would be the approach if you play both quarterbacks here. Want it to be different. Instead of Mahomes, you can maybe plug in like Kelsey. Hope that he catches a couple touchdowns. Now you have $4,500 left. You can upgrade from Hardman up to Mike Williams if you wanted to do a full-on Charger stack here. Or you can still try to get to Darrell Williams. And you can maybe upgrade from Jared Cook to one of the kickers here in Butker. And now you have 500 left. You can leave that. Or you can upgrade Herbert to Mahomes or upgrade Travis Kelsey to Tyreek Hill. I still like Justin Herbert on both sites, though. I think I'll probably try to prioritize him. You know, it's at home, but there's going to be a ton of Chiefs fans in there. It's just how the Chargers games go. But I'd say on FanDuel, I'll probably get to at least one of the quarterbacks. I mean, it might be tough to get to both unless you wanted to go with two guys in the 7K range. But Herbert, Keenan Allen, Travis Kelsey, I think there's going to be the main priorities for me on both sides. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Best of luck tonight. It's going to be a fun one, so definitely want to lock into this game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.